Hi, I'm Julie Mueller. I'm with Montgomery County Parks. What you might not know about the parks is that we own more than 150 cultural resources. Cultural resources are historic buildings and archaeological sites. So how did we get these sites? Well, as Parks acquires land, oftentimes there are buildings on that property. Some of those buildings are historic and some of them are not. In this case, the Darby Store and Darby House, which are right next to it, were part of an acquisition of a little over 25 acres. So this store, which is in the center of the Beallsville Historic District, as you can see, is located right on the intersection of routes 28 and 109. We're awfully close to the intersection. Cars coming up the street, I can put out my hand and practically touch it and the store at the same time. In fact, it's so close to the intersection that about 20 years ago, a truck turning the corner took off the front porch. So, what do you do with an old building that's kind of falling apart, that's right on an intersection? We're not allowed to tear it down because it's within a historic district, and it is a historic building built in 1910. So let's think about possibly picking it up and moving it away from the intersection. The cast of staff involved in moving this building is varied. It includes everyone from Montgomery County Park staff, such as myself, and people from our facilities management group, which is responsible for digging the foundation and who will be responsible for stabilizing the building. So we're going to pick the store up. We're going to move it over about the same width as the building is itself, so about 20 feet, and we're going to be moving it back about 60 feet altogether. We hired expert house movers to actually hoist the building up, and they are going to be rolling the building onto the foundation. They were hired for their expertise. They, in the past, have moved many historic buildings, including the Hatteras Lighthouse, and we figured if they can move a lighthouse, they can certainly move a structure like this. When we knew that we were going to be moving the Darby Store, one of the things that we wanted to do was do an archaeological investigation of where the foundation was going to be dug, because we know from histories of this area that there had been other buildings on that corner before the Darby Store was built. We also knew that there had been a Civil War encampment in this area, and we were really curious to find out what, if any, kind of artifacts would be found in the area between the store and the house. So starting in the summer of 2009, we began an archaeological investigation. And we had our staff and volunteers out here for many, many months. And some of you might have seen them out here with their shovels and rakes and sifters going through the dirt. In this area of the property, the archaeologists found a lot of coins. We surmised that people probably were putting their hands in their pockets as they were coming in and out of the store, and coins dropped out. But also because there was such a concentration of coins in one area, we're thinking that people probably sat on the corner and probably did some gambling, either with dice or cards. We hope to have the building completely rehabilitated within the next year and a half, and during that period we're going to be having ongoing discussions about who's going to be using the building. One thing that we do know is that we're going to have an exhibit inside the store, and that exhibit will be about the Darby Store and its history. Some of the artifacts that we've collected from the Darby Store include a wide variety of things. This is an example of just a box full of receipts that we found in the store. Among these many receipts, that shows that the Darbys purchased penny candy in jars such as these from a distributor in Richmond. It included many of my favorites, such as Tootsie Rolls, Jawbreakers, and Mary Jane's. It's going to be bright and shiny and clean. There's going to be a new tin ceiling, and it's going to look really terrific for future tenants.